Alright, so I am standing outside my listing that I'm selling today. I'm actually going to the title company right now. This house has taken forever to sell. In fact, I signed a 6-month listing agreement. It didn't even go on the market until after the 6 months was expired because of the hailstorm in Wiley. But I'm not here to talk to you about that. I wanted to say, as a reminder to myself, I was on the plane coming back from Costa Rica a week and a half ago, and I was reading up on an article where an interview with a coach, a football coach, was the proverbial statement at the end of the game. What attributes to your success as a football coach all the time? And he said, well, we just take it quarter by quarter. And I always hate that. I always hate that answer because it's really, it always sounds like they don't want to give you anything of substance, of value, and it just leaves me hanging all the time. But I looked into that because he said, if we can just win the quarter, and then win the next quarter, and win the third quarter, and win the fourth quarter, we win the game. And I got thinking in my year, and in a year, for a lot of people in business, they break it up into quarters and say, what was your dividends from the first quarter, the second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter? And in business, it's the same sort of thing. If you can win your quarter, you'll win your year. And I didn't realize this, but it brought incredible clarity to me at that moment that I need to be working my quarters. A quarter is 90 days. Mike Mazik just published a really good video about what the 90 days is, and that we need to focus on our next 90 days in business. And as you know, to find new business in real estate, it takes about 90 days for a transaction to find it and then close it, typically in this market. So depending on a slower market, you're going to have to extend that out. It's going to be another 120 days, 160 days, whatever that may look like. And I started thinking, man, if I can set up my business to win a quarter, man, it's a lot easier to focus on the small things than it is the big picture. And I think a lot of people would agree with that. For instance, if you're running a quarter mile race, or let's see, what is a 100-meter sprint in the Olympics, and Usain Bolt's running that, it's a very quick race. It lasts under 10 seconds. But if you're running a mile, it takes 4 laps, and a lot can happen in those 4 laps. But if you pace yourself and you say, my time needs to be a minute 15 per lap, then you break it down, and your laps need to go in a certain way, and then next thing you know, you figure out a formula to win your race in a mile. On a sprint, it's completely different. So in the year, if you're an agent and you're thinking, man, I want to make $100,000 a year, or I want to make $200,000, $300,000 in a year, I need to be breaking up my year and winning by quarter, because you really don't know what new business you're going to be getting in the third and fourth quarter when you're in the first. So what you can do is just focus on what you have, win that, do it very, very well, do it efficiently, move on to the next quarter as it comes to you. And one of those things that I didn't really think about during the year, but I was doing, and now that it kind of dawned on me, I just had to post this because I want to remember this, and I want to use it to catapult me into my new quarters each year.